to get into one omission that I think is firmly justified, and I'm glad he was omitted. And that's Josh Sargent. I'll just say the name right now. Josh Sargent deserves to be omitted from this game. And I'm sick and tired of the sycophantism from the U.S. men's national team fans and all those Stars and Stripes blogs. He is not a good striker. I'm so tired of hearing this. We need Sargent. Where's Sargent? Why are we bringing Pepe and Ferreira? I would rather take a risk on Ferreira than I would see Josh Sargent again. In 91 appearances across 4 seasons, all competitions. This is cup games. This is club games. Everything at the club level. Josh Sargent, 4 seasons, 17 goals, and 7 assists. That's awful. It's a goal contribution once every 4-ish games. Andrew, would you like to have a striker that contributes a goal once every 4 games, 25% of the time?
I'm disappointed when I don't score in every game.
That's a lot, but I would say every 2 games, every 3 games. If you have every 3 games, that's about a 10 to 15 goal striker.
Not when you have Pepe and DK that are averaging a goal an appearance.
So I have numbers from the last 3 seasons from Josh Sargent. In 2021-2022, the best thing Josh Sargent could have done is stay at Werder Bremen in the second Bundesliga, found his shooting boots again, gotten in form, gotten some confidence in front of goal. He scored 2 goals in 2 Zweite Bundesliga appearances for Werder Bremen before transferring to Norwich City in the Premier League, who currently sit rock bottom and are going to be one of the worst Premier League teams ever. He's got 0 goals, 0 assists in 9 appearances at Norwich City. His XG is 0.6, so he doesn't even have one expected goal to his name yet. In 2020-2021, he had 7 goals, 3 assists across 37 appearances in all competitions. That's a goal contribution every 3.7 appearances for all of you guys at home. So still terrible, not even playing a role. In 2019-2020, he had 4 goals, 3 assists, and 32 appearances across all competitions. That's a goal contribution every 4.6 appearances. So he is getting a little better until he got to Norwich City. At Norwich City, he's averaging less than 1 shot per game, and he's averaging 1.23 shots per 90. He averaged 1.65 shots per 90 in 2020-2021 and 1.78 shots per 90 in 2019-2020. So that number has consistently gone down as he's continued his career. He's falling upwards is what he's doing. So he's going from the United States, from a high school team, to Werder Bremen, and then his performances taper off. Norwich City decide to buy him, so he goes to a better league. That's the only time you'll ever hear me say that. He's going to a better league in the Premier League, and he's falling upwards. His numbers aren't getting better, but he's continually progressing. So the thing that pisses me off is that strikers are there to score goals, and sometimes if you're playing a false 9, like a Leo Messi, even though Lionel Messi still scored an absurd amount of goals when he was playing a false 9 at Barcelona, they're like, oh, well, he contributes in other ways. He contributes to the buildup. So let's do this. Let's talk about contributing to the buildup. Does he contribute to the buildup? No. At Norwich City, he's got about a 78% pass accuracy. Okay, cool. He's completing a lot of passes compared to other players. And I've got several player comparisons pulled up. Key passes, 0. Passes into the opponent's penalty area, 0. Progressive passes, 2. He's made 2 forward passes out of his 90 completed passes. So he's passing backwards. He's got 13 shot creating actions and 0 goal creating actions. Norwich City brought you in to do a job, Josh, and you're not doing it. Let's go back in time. Let's go to 2020-2021. 71% pass accuracy. Still good. 30 key passes. That's less than 1 a game. 11 passes into the penalty area. So he's not creating much. That's about less than 1 every 3rd game. He's got 43 progressive passes in all. That's 1 a game. He's got 64 shot creating actions, so that's about 2 a game, and 4 goal creating actions, 1 every 10 games. So let's go back in time 2 years, 2019-2020, 72% pass accuracy. So it's remaining pretty consistent in the 70s. 10 key passes across 32 appearances, 5 passes into the penalty area, 20 progressive passes, 29 shot creating actions, 7 goal creating actions. So his goal creating actions have consistently gone down. But what about defense? Okay, let's get into the defensive numbers. 15 tackles and interceptions, 109 pressures at 24% completed. Pretty good. Pretty good for a striker. He's leading the press there. he's okay. So he's winning the ball back 25% of the time. He's leading his team's press. Norwich City's not pressing behind him. He leads the team. He gets the ball back. Where do most of his touches appear? In the middle of the pitch. In the middle of the pitch, not in the attacking penalty area, sometimes getting into the attacking third, but in the middle of the pitch. Very few touches in the attacking penalty area, only 10%, 25 206. So let's go back last year. Werder Bremen, 2020-2021, 28.8% of pressures completed, 550 pressures. He led the team that year. He's got 56 tackles and interceptions. Pretty good numbers for a striker. Back 2 years, 2019-2020, 370 pressures, 23 tackles and interceptions at a 27.5% completion rate on those pressures. So about 28% of the time, he's pressuring the ball. Within 5 seconds, the team win possession back. What is he doing with that? Nothing. The ball received, he receives the ball about 56% of the time he's targeted, which isn't that bad. It's pretty good compared to players. I mean, but you got to think, he's the striker. He's getting into aggressive areas. He's making aggressive runs. So if you're playing through balls to him, a lot of the times, especially in the caliber of teams he's playing at, they're not going to hit him. He's got 56% targeted, 37 progressive passes received. Let's go on to 2020-2021. 146 progressive passes received, ball received 52% of the time. What that tells me is essentially he's receiving the ball from a progressive pass which travels 10 yards or more, and he's not doing anything. He's not creating a shot. He's not creating a goal. He's not making an aggressive pass. He's passing sideways or backwards. So he wins the ball back, doesn't contribute to the buildup, doesn't create, doesn't shoot, doesn't score. Let's compare these guys to Danny Ings, to Shea Adams, to Richarlison. I mean, I could go on and on. I could go all day. The thing is, this guy sucks. Lucas Höhler takes more shots. He has more shots on target. He has more shots. He has more goals. This is Lucas Höhler of the third place Freiburg in the Bundesliga. Freiburg. Lucas Höhler has 12 progressive passes this year so far. 12. Josh has 2. He's got 1 more match played than Josh as well. He's got 24 shot creating actions compared to Josh Sargent's 13, and he's got 6 goal creating actions compared to Josh's 0. He's also received 55 progressive passes. 55. He's also carried the ball 203 times compared to Josh's 130. And his touches come mostly in the attacking third instead of in the middle third. And he's got almost double the touches in the attacking penalty area. Danny Ings receives the ball a lot less. He receives the ball 40% of the time he's targeted, but he's got 12 progressive passes received. I mean, the point is that Josh Sargent doesn't get himself into positions to receive the ball. Josh Sargent wins the ball back and passes it sideways or backwards, and that's all he does with the ball is pass it sideways or backwards. He's not in good positions to receive progressive passes. His pass accuracy is good, and his ball winning ability is good, but he can't shoot and he can't pass. Why is he a striker? He should be a defensive midfielder if he wants to do that crap.
The point is that we have plenty of other guys that are producing, performing, and showing the numbers and the performances that they deserve to be out there and on the roster. Aronson, DK, Pepe, Christian, Reyna. I mean, the list goes on. P-Folk. That's 6 guys ahead of you already that have all scored in the past year for the United States.
It just gives me a headache that so many U.S. men's national team fans think that Sargent is a good player when I bring receipts and the stats just show otherwise. He's not a Thomas Muller where all his work's done off the ball. The stats don't back that up. He's not a creator. He's not good. I'm so tired of hearing we should bring Josh Sargent on the team because that one time in the Nations League against Honduras, he headed the ball off the line because of a Zach Steffen goalkeeper error. If you want that, we have other defenders who can do that. Walker Zimmerman is taller than Josh Sargent. He's got better aerial ability than Josh Sargent. He can do that better than Josh Sargent. Let's have somebody who can score goals in front of the net.
We don't hate you, Josh Sargent.
We don't.
We love you, and
suck.
we hope that you can find a rhythm in something. We just don't feel like that is acceptable.